morning, Greg. Greg looks after this whole building and this company that I'm about to tell you all about. Where's Luke? He is our cameraman. He is our tech, Mr. Tech, which is really good because I don't know anything about technology, so it's really good. And so Luke's with us today. Cassie is cutting up some of your food. Simon is also helping. Cassie and Simon are going to be doing an activity with you here. And now I've got two lovely ladies upstairs, Candy and Francesca, who are busy cutting up some coloured paper for you. More about that when we go upstairs. All right, so we've introduced ourselves. I just want to know from you what school you come from. Yes?
St. Agnes.
St. Agnes? St. Mary's? St. Agnes? Is everybody St. Agnes?
No.
And the other school was? St. Mary's? Any other school? Which one?
St. Bernard.
Yes, St.
St.
Andrews.
Mary, St. Joseph.
Oh, hello.
I'm from Orlando.
Stop. So, would it be fair to say that some of you don't know everybody?
I know everyone.
Okay, all right. I'm with you. I'm usually that person who knows everybody. All right, but I don't know any of you today, so I'm really pleased to meet you. I'm pleased to meet your carers in OOSH, so thank you. I'm a teacher as well, and I teach at Randwick Public School, and I'm on holidays, just like you're on holidays. Exactly, school holidays, and it's a time when we have fun. But it's also a time when we could do some stuff. I never accept that word from children in school, but because we're on holidays, I'll allow you to do stuff. So we could do stuff, we could do things, we can think about other people, and I'm going to ask you a few questions to get this program started. What does this word say? Rescue. Who can tell me, what does rescue mean? Yes. Yes, you can rescue cats from a tree. Yes.
Like saving someone.
Exactly.
Taking them away from danger.
Excellent. Saving someone, taking them away from danger. That's what means in your minds as well. Does anybody know another meaning of the word rescue? Taking people away from danger, saving them from danger, removing them from danger. That's for people. Is there another meaning that we can think of for the word rescue?
Saving them from dying.
Yes, exactly.
Helping people.
Helping people. I like that one. Yes. Couple more.
Go down if there's smoke on the top or smoke on the bottom.
Exactly. Now, hands down, you're all thinking of really good situations where people, children, animals are rescued. They're saved from something that's not so great. But you know, there's another meaning of rescue. And I'm so pleased that perhaps one of you might not know what that meaning is. Did you know that every day supermarkets like Woolworths, Coles, don't want to throw out food that they don't sell? Have you ever thought about what happens to food that they don't sell in the shops?
It gets old and rotten.
It could get old and rotten. Do you think that's a good thing to happen to the food? No. Any other ideas?
It doesn't want to go in the rubbish, and it doesn't want to get rotten, and it doesn't want to get dirty by cats.
So I like what you're saying. Yes, we
if no one buys it, they're wasting food as they throw it.
Okay, we don't want to hear that. We don't want to hear that food gets thrown out, gets rotten, gets dirty. We don't want to hear that. Did you know that there's a very special organisation, there's a few organisations actually, that go and rescue food? They rescue food and they give it to people who cannot afford to buy food for their families. So food is rescued and given to other people. You won't be doing anything with food except for eating some a little bit later. Now, what's this word here? I've got another word. It's a bigger word. What does it say?
Volunteer.
Volunteer. What does volunteer mean? What does it mean? Excellent, and I bet sometimes your teacher says that question, doesn't she? Because I often use it, say that same thing, yes.
When you can't you can ask another child.
Yes, you can. So when you said who was the first person who answered? Yes. So the volunteer, you used a word there that started with H. What was it? Somebody to help. Somebody to help. A volunteer is somebody who helps but doesn't get money, doesn't get paid. Somebody who thinks about somebody else. Children, you're all going to be thinking about someone else today, and you're going to find out what you're going to be doing, why you're going to be doing it, from a video that we're about to show. And that's when I have to ask my friend Luke to come down and be my techno help. Children, I'm going to actually read. I'm going to ask you to watch. I'm going to read, and I want you to listen really carefully, because at the end, you're going to tell me what this place is called and what you might be doing here today. Because that was the first question I got. What are we doing here today? There was a young boy who walked in and said, what are we doing? I hope at the end of this you'll be able to tell me. Listen and watch. Thread Together is a not-for-profit organisation. We gather excess clothing and get them to the people who could really use them most. Here's how it works. We collect boxes of excess clothing from fashion houses around Australia. We bring all the clothes back to a central warehouse. With the help of many volunteers, we sort through all these clothes. Some older children there. We categorise them, means organise them, rebox them, and send them all around Australia to people who really could use them. Thanks to all of you to help make this happen. Okay, children, put up your hand if you know what you might be doing here today. What's one activity? Because you're doing two. The second one is not up there, but what's one activity you're going to be doing? You're going to be doing something with clothes, but you don't have to clean them, and that's, I'm going to tell you why. You won't be sewing clothes. You're sorting clothes out. Now children, do you remember we talked about that word rescue? Right. This organisation that Greg looks after is called Thread Together. Threads. Clothes are made of threads. Look at your clothes, there's lots of threads, okay? That's how the name came about. I like it. Now inside all these boxes, our clothes were all going to the garbage. And a very, very special person called Andy decided she didn't want to see clothes put in the rubbish bin, put into landfill. It's not good for the environment. She came up with the idea of rescuing these clothes, bringing them here to a very big room called a warehouse, having volunteers like you and older people from universities and companies, people from companies who work in big organisations come here, go through big bags like this, and look at these clothes. Now look at this. Clean? Clean? Do you think it's ever been worn? No. Couldn't be sold in the shops. So they said, well, we don't want to throw it out, it's brand new. Somebody could really use this. Now looking at you, you're all beautifully dressed. You look like you've got great holiday clothes on. Some children, sadly, don't have clothes or new clothes to wear. But with help from this organisation, they get new clothes. Brand new clothes, never been worn. They have to be sorted, and Cassie and Simon are going to tell you how you're going to be doing that a little bit later. Now, these clothes go to different organisations around Australia. There are places called shelters where people go to feel safe. And when they're there, they're given food, they're given new clothes, and then they're helped to go and get themselves a job, make them feel good. Because you know, when you help somebody else, the person who gets helped feels thankful and then says, you know what, somebody's helped me, I'm now going to help somebody else. So today's message for you children is that you will always feel happy when you think about others and lend a helping hand. Your little hands today are going to be helping thread together, organise these clothes to be given to people who need them. Guess what's coming up at the end of the school, at the end of the school year? What's a great time of year? Christmas. We've got a Christmas tree here. And today, you're going to, when you're upstairs with me, you're going to be choosing brand new clothes. We've got one, wait till you see them start, they're really terrific. We've got clothes up there and a little Kinder Surprise chocolate, which you're going to be putting into a gift, and our helpers upstairs are going to help you wrap them, and you're going to be making a card with me. And then we're going to be, and then when you finish, you'll be bringing them downstairs and putting them under the Christmas tree, because we have a lot of organisations that say, you know what, we've got some people, mothers, fathers, who don't have extra money to buy presents for Christmas. Is there any way you could help? Well, we've had some really kind people give us children's clothes, and we're going to be wrapping them up as presents to give to these organisations so that they can give to mums and dads as Christmas presents for their children. Now, we're going to be having morning tea in a sec, but before we have morning tea, there's a few rules that you need to be aware of when you're here. This isn't your house. This isn't the classroom. This isn't a playground. Because at school we have rules, don't we? At home, I'm sure you've got some rules that you have to listen to from mum and dad. Here we have to have extra special rules because this is called a warehouse, like a factory, where we have lots of things going on. We have 2 toilets over here, girls and boys. The only people you ask to go to the toilet are your carers, and they will bring you down here. They have to, because there's actually 2 doors. There's a washing hands and then another door to the toilet, so it really needs to be carefully monitored, please staff. The toilets are clean. If you find that an extra roll of toilet paper is required, needed, please speak to one of your carers. They're there ready for you to unwrap. There are bins to place any rubbish as well. Okay? Treat it like you do your toilets at home, not like you treat them at school. Okay, now, if you get a cut or you fall or anything, we have first aid here, and we will ask your carer to help you with any problem that should arise. I'm sure you'll make the staff know where the first aid kits are if you need anything from him. So, as I said, this is a warehouse and you need to be careful. You cannot go climbing. You cannot climb. No foot or hands are allowed here or only on these boxes. Really important. We ask you not to go behind the areas where the flag is. You will be going there later because that's the eating area. We have to keep clothes away from the eating areas. So at some stage today, those flags will be coming down. We don't want you going outside at any time. We will have to open up to get some air, but we don't want you going out at all because there are trucks, traffic on that driveway. Can you see over here there's a room and there's some little steps going up? That is not for you. You may look at it from the outside because it is the shop. So we have people who come here to help them feel good about themselves. They go in and we let them choose whatever clothes they like. There are change rooms in there. It's like going into a shop and searching for some lovely clothes for them to wear. Shoes as well, ladies. It's a really special room for those who really do need it. But it's out of bounds, children. What does that word mean? Can't go in it. Out of bounds. Now, we have the staircase up there where you'll be coming up to me. No running or up or down those stairs. Your carers will be walking you up and bringing you back down. Please be very careful when you handle the clothes. There could be a pin. When we look at this one, there's no pin or anything like that. But just be careful when you lift them out. Cassie and Simon will be around if there's any problem, and they'll be explaining what you're going to be doing. During the morning, children, we ask that you remember 2 magic words and one of these on your face. To smile, to remember those 2 words.
Thank you and please.
Excellent. Please and thank you. And keep an eye out for each other because your friend might need a bit of a hand. Start using your helping hands. Everyone hold them up. Give me a wave. Hands down. Enjoy the morning. We're now going to have morning tea. Greg, would you like to now direct them for morning tea? And I'll speak to the carers about how we're going to split the groups.
Okay, great. All right. Basically, if you can just form 2 lines and just go up to Cassie, and you're going to get a piece of fruit.